In a world where hopium and common sense collide, starring the CryptoKeeper and BlockchainCrusader. Welcome to Debate Crypto.
Question everything.
Trust nothing.
It's your boys, Keeper and Crusader. It is Saturday night. You could be anywhere, yet you are here. We're excited to have you here. Everybody's been trying to figure out the cipher up in the chat, up in the Discord. So, hey, it's been a fun few days. I'm really looking forward to seeing what gets dropped in there next. So, guys, if you're not in the Danger Close Alpha Discord, make sure you get in there. We've got ciphers going on in there. There's a mole in there. We've got people, informants giving information to the kings. It's been said that the kings have given out all the information. I'm not exactly sure whether that's the truth, but yeah, you guys got to question everything, trust nothing. That's what we do here on Debate Crypto. So make sure you smash the likes, follow us on Twitter, follow us on actually both Twitter accounts. We've got Debate Crypto OG, and then we also have Danger Close Alpha, which without the A at the end. So without further ado, let's take a little look-see at the markets because things have been looking green. We love seeing green in the markets. Let me update this just to make sure. The total global crypto the global crypto market cap is 1.17 trillion with a T dollars. It's up 0.66% over the last day. We got Bitcoin at 24.4. We're past the 24 number, headed up. Will we see 25? I don't know, but ETH, it's at 1978 right now. But for those of you who have been paying attention to a lot of what's happening in the Discord, in the Danger Close Alpha community, ETH was just at 1984. Now we're pushing for 2084. That's where we're headed. We were past 2000, but we are back down. BNB at 324. We've got Cardano at 55 cents, XRP 37 cents. Solana at $46 and Polkadot rounding out the top 10 at $9.28. That's up almost 9% on the week. So Miguel, the market is looking solid. As you show us a little bit of TA real quick, are you believing that a lot of this is strictly the fact that the merge, we're going to talk about this tonight, but strictly the fact that the merge is about to happen and the rest of the market is actually kind of following ETH's lead here?
Yeah, I definitely think there's a lot of hype behind the ETH merge right now, right? There, if you haven't heard about it, people are talking about the triple halvening, right? Ethereum switching from proof of work to proof of stake is going to be cutting down 90% of its issuance of Ethereum out into the public
for the price.
So the selling pressure is going to be, massively low. Therefore, increasing the price, and they've made that equivalent to 3 Bitcoin halving events all in one. So could that be the catalyst event that's going to push us out of this tremendous bear cycle and give us a decent relief rally, whatever you want to call it, melt up, whatever it is, for a short, brief period of time? Ethereum definitely seems like it, right? It's been pushed into $2,000. It's up 16% on the week, like 70-something% on the month. So it's been moving. It's been moving. So let's
I'm excited to see that happen too. Even before we ever knew that ETH was going to move over to proof of stake, people had talked about the idea, and that was the one thing that everybody would talk about. If it ever happens, the selling pressure is going to be in the toilet, which is a good thing in terms of price appreciation. And that was one of the things when I originally started stacking ETH. I was like, man, true story. I was thinking, these people are so environmentally conscious. That's always been a thing, right? If they ever do move over there, this price is going to be just jumping. And I think we're about to see it. So yeah, talk to me. Show me the TA. What we got?
Let's look at Bitcoin here real quick. Excuse me. So you can see here, we're on the daily, right? This regression trend, we've broken above it. We've had this massive wick up to 24.8, 24.9, almost 25K. We've come back down. We've tried to pump back up. Today, obviously, we're still seeing that kind of wick, right? We're kind of losing that momentum. Here in market cipher B, obviously, you see this money flow going deep into the green, which is good. We haven't seen this in a very long time, as you can see. All the way, we haven't been in the green since April of this year. So it's been a very long time since we've been in the green in the money flow. VWAP still holding above the positive, and the momentum is spiking, right? The momentum is going up, but the momentum existing above this gray line right here, whatever you want to call this gray line, historically doesn't exist for too long. We could stay up here a little bit longer, but not for too long. So we could, I don't know how sustainable these levels are going to be. We've had TA experts coming on here talking about 24, 25, maybe a $28 target, depending on the market. Maybe, even 30,000 before we start coming back down. I mean, that's not too far. That's kind of like the upper end of this bound of the regression trend. Could we see that? Man, that's a long way to go from where we're at right now with the way things are. Maybe the Ethereum event could be enough of a catalyst to keep Bitcoin going. BlackRock creating their own private trust. Maybe that can fuel the fires. But I'm definitely seeing some level of peak of the market right here before we have some type of relief to the lower side once again. Could be short-lived before we keep going up.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of talk. I know Bill was talking about it the other night on the stream that we could see, actually, we're talking 30 to 40. And when I heard the 40 number, I was like, oh my gosh. But he still believes that even with that happening, and this is what I'm kind of hearing all around, bull market's not back on. This is a response to a lot of different factors in the markets, and then how the Fed is going to respond to also to all of the money issues that we have. So it's kind of a combination of things. We will see, but I just have, as I've been saying for a long time, guys, I just personally don't see a situation or a scenario where we don't feel some pain. Now, have we felt a lot of pain already? For sure we have. But when I say pain, I'm talking about an opportunity like maybe you might not ever get again. And I'm reminding you, those are opportunities. They are not to be looked at as anything other than that. They're going to be scary to buy, and we're here for entertainment purposes only. But I will tell you, y'all will be entertained when we see about a $10,000 to $15,000 Bitcoin. And I will tell you, I will be entertaining myself with seeing how much my wife loses her mind as I start draining accounts to be buying Bitcoin and ETH at stupid low numbers. I'm looking forward to it. Dude, so 100%. Guys, don't forget. I almost said don't remind. Don't forget Danger Close Alpha. Get in the Discord. We've got lots of fun stuff going on over there. Some stuff going on with Twitter. I actually just got a package. I keep looking over. I couldn't read who it was from. My wife just walked in and set it down on the chair. I texted her. I said, "Who's that from?" She said, "The Fire Starters guy." She said, "The Fire Starters guy."
You got a mysterious package from that distribution center in Ohio.
That could be too. That's not what it is. However, it is from our good friend over at the if I could
Pure Fire
Tactical, and so we're going to be doing some more giveaways with those guys. I still have not done I've got such a cool idea for a video that I'm going to do outside of my house. I have not done it yet, but yeah, we've got a big video coming for you guys from him this weekend. That's supposed to be pretty fire of a video. So
yeah, and everybody knows this company is an official partner of the DCA Danger Close Alpha project, NFT project. They have also been, used. Their product has been used by the Naked and Afraid survivors. So they're not just any random fire tactical starter company. They're literally being used by legit people in the field, and these people love this product, and we're giving these away to you guys as holders. Just so you can actually get out there, get some gear, and start getting prepared.
Yeah, for sure. Make sure you're doing that. As always, you know how the DCA fam rolls. Prepare. Okay,
dude, before we jump in, sorry to cut you off before we jump in, but Crypto Billy out here trying to get some heat off of him because the Kings have been on fire lately, saying, I think Keeper is the mole, right? Man, there's a mole in the DCA movement somewhere. The informant came out and said no one is to be trusted. The Kings broke the trust of the informant.
Yep.
So I don't know if this is a move by the Kings trying to get some heat off themselves, but everybody keep your eyes out. Stay vigilant out there.
And actually, just a reminder real quick, we've got 11.3 ETH volume, same as it was yesterday. It didn't have any movement today. We understand there's going to be days like that, but just a reminder, guys, the floor price actually is down. So there's definitely stuff that has been listed that's pretty low in terms of the price there. If you're looking to get involved, if you're looking to get whitelisted for the upcoming for the upcoming bug out drop, which is going to be happening on the 26th. That's going to be the 3-day prepper boot camp that you're getting with that. So guys, make sure you get involved. It's only going to be 0.1 ETH, guys, for a 3-day weekend, goodie bags. You're going to get a party with a number of, with Miguel and I for sure. And then we've got a number of other creators that are going to be there, some of which you talk to on a regular basis and know as well. So there's going to be a bunch of people there. It's going to be fun. So, all right, let's get into it. Let's dive into some articles. Let's start out with Circle. We've been talking a lot about Tornado Cash. So we're about to bring up Tornado Cash, but we're going to bring it up for a different reason. So don't tune out as I start to read this article, because there's a little bit different angle we want to go with this. Circle freezes blacklisted Tornado Cash smart contract addresses. Okay, we've heard about this, right? According to crypto data aggregator Dune Analytics on Monday, Circle, the issuer of USDC, froze over 75,000 worth of funds linked to the 44 Tornado Cash addresses sanctioned by the U.S. Office of Foreign Assets Control. That's the OFAC, right? So we go down a little bit further. All U.S. persons and entities are... That's what they said when they saw that they got
their funds were frozen.
They saw their funds were frozen. Oh, fuck. That was a good one, dude. Great dad joke there for sure. It says both the entities behind USDC and Tether can freeze their stablecoin transfers to and from Tornado Cash on the Ethereum smart contract level. Meanwhile, Palo Alto, California-based BitGo would also theoretically need to restrict access to Tornado Cash to comply with such sanctions. One possible method is suspending the redemption of Tornado Cash linked wrapped BTC. All right, here's the point. We're not going to read this whole article, all right? Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't, sometimes little piece parts. Miguel, I want you to tell the people, why is this so concerning? We've been talking about Tornado Cash. We know it's an attack on privacy. We're going to continue going there. We know that is happening. Why else is this concerning to you specifically?
Yeah, I hope you people are ready, because the fire is coming. If you guys pay attention and connect the dots, like some people are trying to do in the Discord right now, trying to connect the dots to break this cipher. The cipher right here in this article is this. We had UST crash, right? A decentralized stablecoin crashed. We've had our trust in USDT also shaken up. People have been herded into USDC as the most safe, the most compliant, the most well-pegged stablecoin out there. Yeah. Now, people are getting their assets frozen if they're using privacy like Tornado Cash, right? Your assets can be frozen by any other means they decide they just want to freeze your assets. So we are now taking profits in our crypto, putting it into USDC, or just moving our cash into USDC to be prepared to jump into any good crypto opportunities, because USDC has been deemed the safest and best stablecoin to be in as US citizens and so forth. And now we're finding out that these assets can be frozen. So what you're literally just getting screwed over and over. Not only you thought you were trying to save yourself by moving into these stablecoins, but now you're realizing that even though you've moved into these stablecoins, not your keys, not your coins, it's beyond that. They can literally just freeze your asset. So you already know what's coming.
That's right. Not your keys, not your coins. And little Addison is here to remind you, not your keys, not your coins. Make sure to get yourself a ledger. We've got a code down below the video, because holding your own and holding your own crypto and being your own bank is going to be really important. We're going to continue to talk about it, continue to talk about it. Oh, are you ready to talk? You ready to say hi? Say hi. Say hi. No? Okay, you're going to break my stuff.
Yeah, dude. So people need to be very prepared for what's happening here with USDC freezing people's assets, right? You don't want to be taking massive profits, switching it into a stable coin, thinking that stable coin is okay, even moving it into a ledger and be like, oh, my assets are good. They're in a ledger. They're in USDC. I'm good to go. And USDC is like, oh, wait a minute. Now you have your own hardware wallet. Now you're in cold storage. Maybe we want to start freezing those type of assets. Maybe we don't want you transferring those things back onto centralized exchanges. Or, oh, hey, you did move it to centralized exchange. Gotcha, bitch. Now you ain't going nowhere, right? You're frozen. So we got to be very careful with this.
And I think that this is a reason. Now, as you continue to stay in the crypto space, I think that part of the reason that you should continue to be involved in the space and try to meet and understand and know more and more people also is because at some point you might want to do an OTC deal. Now, right now, currently, as just standard Joe Blow on the street, try to do an OTC deal, it's going to be kind of an interesting process of finding someone that's willing to do that, with you. However, as your funds get a little bit larger and some people, right, there's going to be opportunities where if you do need to get your funds off and you don't want to go on to a centralized exchange to do it, you can do it. And that's just a fact. So Sean says, I think the Fold's headquarters are in Lima, Ohio. I'm not sure why Lima, but I could see Ohio. That possibly could be a thing, but I'm not really sure why Lima. So with that being said, just make sure to hold your own coins and just be careful, because a lot of these centralized exchanges are able to do things that you maybe didn't think that they could. And the fact is they can. They have that central point of failure. So therefore they have that central point of control as well. So don't forget it. Make sure to smash the likes, guys. Do your thing. Let's talk about my girl. You know who it is. ETH. Ethereum tops 2K as network approaches merge event. The merge is right around the corner in September, and Ethereum believers are showing their excitement by buying up ETH. Ethereum continued its bull run and reclaimed the $2,000 level late on Friday night for the first time since May, according to data from CoinMarketCap. The number 2 crypto, my market cap, was up to $2,014 at the time of writing, up 7% in the past 24 hours and 17% in the past week. It has nearly doubled in the past month. More than $152 million in Ethereum short bets has been liquidated over the past 24 hours, according to data from CoinGlass, and 13.2 million ETH has been staked on Ethereum 2.0, a new all-time high for the metric, according to the data from Beacon Scan. So what's pumping ETH? Let's talk about it. It's all about the merge. This is what I was asking Miguel earlier. Earlier this week, the Goerli testnet completed its transition to proof-of-stake mining mechanism, the final dress rehearsal after a successful testnet merges on Sepolia and Ropstein, before the main net merge is now expected on September 15th or 16th. Testnets are a development version of Ethereum that allows developers to experiment before the launch. So this upgrade is expected to lower Ethereum's sky-high transactional costs, though there are some who doubt that the post-merge Ethereum will look quite as idyllic as some of the network's core devs have promised. Guys, the reality is you're moving over from proof of work that is continuously being mined, continuously being produced, to what's securing the network. People holding assets on, they're staking, right? So the coins aren't being produced at the mass rate that they were being produced before. All you have to do is look at a little thing called supply and demand. A lot of times when people look at certain assets in anything, but on the blockchain in particular, one of the reasons that people love what's quant, they're like, oh, but there's only 14 million with quant, so it's got to be good, right? And hey, I understand the thinking. You're thinking, hey, not a huge quantity, so therefore it's got to, doesn't always mean that, and I'm not hating on quant. I'm just using that as an example. But now we're saying, hey, ETH was continuing to produce, and now when that gets cut off, I don't think it can go anywhere but up, albeit it might be for a shorter amount of time, just because I think we're still in a bear market.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to be a massive shock, massive supply shock to Ethereum by reducing their issuance by 90%, right? Like I was looking up the stats, I was doing some research on. That's massive. That's a huge shock to the supply, right? We're talking about Bitcoin has a halving every 4 years by 50%. Ethereum is now out of nowhere 90%. Boom. Off the market, no more, right? Being distributed. So it's going to drop quickly. I think people are going to be holding on to ETH a lot longer and stacking ETH for a lot more. And it's definitely going to take off some selling pressure. We are in a bear market, so things are what they are. But I mean, if there's something that's going to lead the way and can be a major catalyst event, this is looking like it could be it.
It could be. I think that if we were going to flip Bitcoin before the next happening, this is going to be the time when it happens. But also at the same time, I could also see institutional investors playing game. We have a run up until the 14th or 15th. Everybody is talking about what we are talking about right now, and they freaking can't.
And then on September 11th, they crash into the towers and just dump the Ethereum price.
Dump. Every freaking thing. Hey, I did want to just hit a chat here real quick. Billy says, "Can you guys do a show on pros and cons of buying a .eth address?" Billy, that's actually a great question. 100%. I have a .eth address, and Miguel chastised me for doing so. I think we can. It's something that, you know what? Maybe we could do that as a debate, Miguel. We could do the, you know, something in relation to some of the privacy, not privacy. Yeah. So yes, Billy, we can definitely do something with that, because I think we do have some differing opinions on the good, bad, and the ugly that's with that. So great question. I love it. I love it. I love it. That's a good one.
We also got Sean over here. We got Sean saying, "I'm not trusting anyone. The fold is succeeding at splitting the seekers and DCA apart." I mean, I don't know if the fold is succeeding. I think there's a mole, right? There's a mole in there. The informant has said so, and people are looking suspicious. Remember, only one person wins. I understand you guys are all trying to work together and be democratic about it, but that sounds a lot like politics to me, guys. You know, yeah, we're all in this together, and then, hey, I won, right? I don't buy it personally. If I was in your position, I wouldn't be buying it. The whole work together. We know only one person gets it.
Yeah, we do know only one person gets it, but I do like the teamwork. So you just, you know, just understand there's good and there's bad there. So speaking of NFTs, OpenSea changes stolen NFT policy following user outcry. The top marketplace will require a police report for NFTs that are said to be stolen and is considering further tweaks. All right. So in brief, NFT marketplace OpenSea is changing its tactics around assets that are reported as stolen. Users have complained about OpenSea's policy, which some allege punishes users who inadvertently purchased previously stolen NFTs. So it goes in here. I'm just going to explain this one, right? It goes in here and it basically states that what's happening is the OpenSea will find out that an NFT had been stolen, and what will they do? So let's say I stole an NFT, right? Then Miguel buys the NFT from somewhere on OpenSea, but he didn't know. Okay. Now that asset gets flagged as stolen. They freeze it indefinitely. They freeze that NFT indefinitely, where you can't do. So Miguel can now do nothing with that NFT, period. When he didn't do anything wrong, he bought it on the platform just like anyone else. He didn't know it was stolen. And so people are complaining. They're saying, wait a minute, this isn't right. I should have the opportunity to then get rid of it, or you should figure out a way to make this work, because I'm trusting OpenSea to allow me to buy assets that are without tarnish. And that's not what's happening. And so now basically what they're requiring is that there be a police report within 7 days of the claim that it has been stolen. And they think that that's going to mitigate some of these problems. I don't know that
how do I get my money back? If I buy $100,000 Bored Ape that was stolen, they freeze my asset. They say, hey, it was stolen. We're sending it back to the original owner, whatever. Am I getting my $100,000 back?
That's the whole point. And that's what they're trying to figure out. All right, exactly. Because it can't be happening like that. Right? You're receiving stolen property.
And what deems it as stolen, right? What if I just transfer my Bored Ape to another burner wallet that I have, transfer it? Hey, yo, Popo, one time. Hey, yo, let me tell you, they stole my ape. They'll be like, yo, you got an exotic pet? I'm like, no, bro, my digital ape on a freaking picture is a JPEG. They'll be like, yo, you can't steal a JPEG. Whatever. You spend your 20 minutes explaining to these people what a JPEG is, what an NFT is, and you tell them, yeah, it's stolen. You got a police report. And then you tell OpenSea, hey, this thing got stolen, yada, yada. And then you start getting some type of money refund or whatever.
Oh, dude, I mean, there's always going to be scammers. I mean,
there's going to be all kinds of scams off of that. Like they're going to have to define very clearly what defines as stolen. What are they looking at to deem it as a stolen NFT?
That police report thing, it says the move is designed to prevent false reports. If a police report isn't submitted on time, then the hold on the items will be lifted, so somebody can then sell it. Furthermore, OpenSea says that it will simplify the process for rescinding a claim once a user recovers his or her stolen NFT, or if they otherwise want to withdraw a report. On Thursday, they clarified that the police report requirement will only apply to newly filed claims over stolen NFTs and not existing cases. If we applied this retroactively, we'd be asking for months or weeks later for them to take an additional step when they'd hopefully put this behind them, the marketplace tweeted. So this is going to be interesting how they actually attack this. Like Miguel was just talking about, there's a lot of different things that could happen here as a result of a police report being filed. People could manipulate that. But let's just be fair. Across the board, the reality is in life, people are going to do the right thing. People are going to do the wrong thing. And there's going to be people that are going to be hurt as a result of the right thing and the wrong thing. Okay. And so I just want to encourage all of you, as we would always talk about here, do the right thing. If you, if you're about to buy a real Bored Ape for, 1 ETH, there just might be a reason why a Bored Ape is going for 1 ETH, right? I'm just saying you might want to pay attention to it. Just know what you're doing. There's already been a fake Souls account and a fake DCA account. So there's a Danger Close Alpha account right away and the Secret Soul Society. So people are trying to take advantage of you. Pay attention. Do your best to do your due diligence as you are on OpenSea and a number of other places as well. What you got? You pulling up a comment here?
Yeah, man. People trying to break that cipher, saying that there was a phone member maybe found at the Combs Barbecue in Midtown Ohio. I mean, I don't know.
What's all this with Ohio? Just because I live in, see, Miguel, they know that there's no large prepper community down in Miami, right? They know that's not the case.
Nah, bro, we surrendered prepping down here. We're okay with the tsunami, right? We're just like tsunami is gonna.
Well, you guys had to prep to get over from Cuba to Miami,
roll, bro. Fucking roll,
right?
Our boats
so that's the
here.
the prepper. The prepper must-haves are an inflatable boat and an oar and some fresh water, and you're there. So, Crypto Billy, thank you for the super
and some
chat.
shark bait, by the way.
Says, yeah, well, hey, listen, when somebody goes down, you use them as shark bait to keep them off your trail. It says, stick together, truth, not fiction. Billy, I can't see the actual sticker, but hey, I know what you're inferring here. We know what you're inferring.
I just want to let people know right after this show, if you guys want to jump onto the voice channel in the Discord and start talking some ideas about what you guys are headed towards, I'll be there. I'll be listening in, and we can all gather and do some of that teamwork Billy's always talking about. Teamwork.
So we keep talking about privacy. Let's talk about Bitcoin. Miguel's the maxi in the room, so I'm sure he's going to have some thoughts on this. But check this out. Bitcoin's privacy problem and what cypherpunks are doing to solve it. Bitcoin transactions are easily traced. We've talked about this before, right? Here's what's going on behind the scenes to change that, okay? As the U.S. government ramps up its crypto regulatory efforts, it is targeting privacy-protecting projects like never before. The crypto community is worried, especially the cypherpunks and users who are currently grappling with the implications of Tornado Cash ban and how it may be enforced in practice. But behind the scenes, Bitcoin developers have for years now been working to preserve privacy when transacting with crypto. The targeting of an open source protocol as opposed to a person is clearly an escalation in the attempt to make cryptocurrencies fit into what the U.S. considers its financial control framework. Craig Rawl, developer of Bitcoin Sparrow Wallet, told Decrypt, "This is where the importance of holding funds without KYC links becomes apparent, and the fight for financial privacy escalates again. Bitcoin was long thought to be private, but that's not correct. In the early days, many Bitcoin users didn't know any better and would transact with the cryptocurrency online without thinking of the consequences, including on illicit darknet marketplaces. These days, authorities can quite easily match Bitcoin transactions to real people because of off-ramps like cryptocurrency exchanges collect personally identifiable information about their customers. In fact, law enforcement agencies have even said they prefer it when criminals use the asset because it's so easily traceable." Let me pause real quick. They weren't telling that story but 6 months ago. They were talking about how it was all used for nefarious activities to hide this and hide that. This is how the news uses things to benefit themselves. It's so annoying. Bitcoin may be pseudonymous. No one's identity is recorded on the blockchain, but every transaction is. We already put so much of our lives online, and this trend will undoubtedly continue, Bitcoin design contributor told Decrypt. After decades of the internet, it's also clear that the urge to collect, analyze, hack, sell data is too strong for many private companies, governments, and other groups. He added that data is used against us, and that the added layer of financial data on the public infrastructure could make things a lot worse. This is why they're building tools that will make transactions look nearly untraceable. Here's what they're working on. So let me pause there. So, Miguel, they used to talk this nonsense that Bitcoin was this bad, nefarious thing that people would always be hiding money with and blase. And we would always say, listen, it's not freaking private. It's public. You can verify all the transactions, but that wasn't the story that they're telling. Why are they now telling the opposite of that story? Why are they now saying, "Oh, but it's really public now"? Why do you think that is?
I think they're spinning that story because they know institutional investors are getting in, right? They know BlackRock's getting in. All these people, right, are jumping into the bandwagon. So they need to start seeing more of this public, more of this safety, more of this you're reassured that everything's okay scenario, right? When they want the price to come down, they want investors to be scared and avoid the asset. They push this scared issue, just how we saw last year with the whole pipeline hack, and that the hackers were demanding Bitcoin.
Yep.
They were so smart to be able to hack and shut down an oil pipeline, and their greatest move is we demand Bitcoin. That's their great move. That's the big financial move that they had. I mean, that makes absolutely no sense. If you're smart enough to hack a pipeline, you're smart enough to understand Bitcoin is it's not private. It's very transparent. You're gonna get caught, right? And like they did, the FBI was able to seize X amount of it back, showing how powerful the FBI is. That's why they're also storming Trump's house and taking back documents, right? Their power is unlimited. They can do anything. Nobody mess with them. They will. And it's just that. I think it's just tactics.
Yeah. And ultimately, the reason I didn't read this article is incredibly long. So if you want to check this out, it's on Decrypt. Make sure to check it out. But the reality of the article that they get into is there's a lot of different options right now. Wasabi Wallet. We talked to them at one of the at the Bitcoin conference. I think it was, Miguel, right? Wasn't that where we were?
Yep.
Yeah, down in Miami. We went to the Bitcoin conference and we were talking to Wasabi Wallet. And Wasabi Wallet basically is a place where they take all of these peer-to-peer. They take a bunch of peer-to-peer connections and kind of mix it all up and shoot the Bitcoin back out. A bunch of different wallets that they mix up and boom, shoot it back out. Again, just trying to create a layer of privacy. My problem with this is, listen, if you're trying to money launder, then you are a criminal anyway. Okay. But if you're trying to listen, like, why? Let me ask you guys something. If I said in the chat right now, hey, everybody, drop your bank account drop your bank account balance in the freaking comment section right now, how many people, right, are actually going to do that? Now, listen, you might have a lot of money in your account. You might have a little bit of money. Let's look at both ends of that. A little bit of money. You might be embarrassed. I don't have enough. These people aren't going to think as much of me, this, that, and the third. But what they don't know is I'm waiting on this, this, and this, and it's going to be fine because of this, this, and this, right? That same person that has a little bit in their account could be just about to have a trust fund hit them and they're about to be wealthy beyond, right? So, and then on the other side, somebody's got a ton of money. And then maybe people view them differently and say, "Oh, we don't need to take care of that person's just fine. They can do all this themselves." But what I'm getting at is privacy doesn't need to be just because you're trying to obfuscate from the government. It doesn't mean that, hey, I am going to be money laundering. Maybe it just means I don't need other people to know how much money are in my accounts. It can be that simple. It can be just
Privacy is not
that information is
to be ashamed of.
Yeah. And I think that as we continue to see things unfold in the crypto space, we're going to find out that the only reason that they're so hung up on this privacy thing is because it makes their jobs more difficult. Just like, I think Miguel told me this, just like in programming, like in Net3, what they want when they're creating an NFT project is plug and play. They've got a form, they're ready, and as long as you give it to them in that format so that they can just drag and drop and basically take the information and drop it in, that makes it easy. Well, something like Monero, something like Wasabi Wallet, something like Tornado Cash, now all of a sudden this makes things difficult, and it does give people the ability, but so does freaking Cash. So get off my ass, right?
That's why they're trying to get rid of Cash.
Again, you're absolutely correct. So this whole thing is due to the fact that, hey, we've screwed up the financial system. Now we need to fix it. We can't fix it. We've printed so much cash. We can't fix it with cash. We need to confuse people and have them thinking that, oh, there's this bad thing out here. You're going to get in trouble for using this, that, and the third. Oh, we have the solution. And by the way, it's digital. And by the way, we can do what we want to do with it, but you're safe. Don't worry. We're the government. We're here to help. and it's freaking scary. So I'll be interested to see where this heads. I will be praying for our country. We need a lot of help. We've talked about this before. The family unit in the family unit in the United States has really gone down the tubes, and I don't know, man. I'm just really hoping.
Yeah, man, we're definitely in danger. We
know.
need to get prepared for what's coming. Things are getting dark real quick, and it's gonna get darkest before dawn, right? Before the light comes out, it's gonna get even darker. So get prepared. That's what this Danger Close Alpha project is about. It's not about selling you fear. It's about helping you prepare so that any of these scenarios come out, whether it's natural disasters, all the way to government tyranny, you are prepared and you are getting ready for what is coming. You have the skills and resources to protect yourself and your family. And at the same time, we're going to be kicking off a kick-ass story here. Obviously, we've already got the informant. We've already got them laying out the story for the fold and how everything is intercepting between the DCA members, right, the seekers and the fold, and how everything is playing out. So the story is unraveling. Get involved. It's going to be great. It's going to be fun. And at the same time,
there's a lot happening.
Learning a thing or two.
There's a lot happening, guys. A lot of you've seen it starting to open up a little bit. This is not only a movement in real life, but there's a story that's going to be continued to move along and progress. Miguel and I have been working really hard on this for a long time and really hope that you guys can appreciate what's happening there. We are going to need to get more people in there, that's for sure, as we continue to grow and we have more, the character drop happens, more people getting involved, more roles. All of that's going to be important. So, hey, do what you can. Get your friends involved. Let's have some fun with it. Let's do the prepper tip of the day, Miguel. I want to real quick do a real simple one. I'm going to zoom in here. Let me see here. All right. So this is your reminder to learn some new skills. Prepping is not only about stockpiling resources for your family to make sure you have enough for your needs when they are no longer available in the outside world. You also need to learn new skills so that you can be self-sufficient not only with your food and water resources. You need to learn new skills so that you can do repair and maintenance tasks and other services that you normally rely on others to perform. Sit down and think about services that you currently outsource to professionals, and that would be an essential service that may no longer be available if society breaks down. When I read this, Miguel, I own a construction company, yes. So a lot of you probably think that I'm incredibly handy. Well, I'm going to let you in on a little something. I'm actually not. Now, I can do a lot of things, and I guess overall, in the grand scheme of things, because I own the business, because I've been doing it for some years, I can do some stuff, right? But I'm not like somebody that would just be like handy. We're like, oh, you need to change a ball bearing on your truck. Yeah, come on out here. I'll show you how to do it. Hell no, I'm not showing you how to do that. I won't be able to do it, right?
You're not out here playing the engineer role.
No, I'm definitely not the engineer, right? And so what I'm getting at there is that there are a lot of things that absolutely would and will shut down if that were to happen. I outsource a lot of things in my life right now, mainly because not because I couldn't do it, but because I don't genuinely have the time. But I also know how cool it would be and how much money I could save myself if I was able to do some of these things myself. And so this is not about saving time or money. This is about saving yourself. So learn some new skills, guys. That's super freaking important. It's just a very simple thing to say, hey, you don't know how to do something, maybe learn something new this week.
And a great skill to be learning right now is how to break ciphers. If you don't know how to break a cipher, be learning how to do that, right? Learn how to collect information, review information, process that information, digest that information, and then go at it and see what this cipher is all about and try to break and try to get that reward. There's a lot of deception out there. Not everyone is to be trusted. Be very careful. Be smart.
I'm gonna give a huge clue here that's gonna be incredibly ambiguous, but I'm gonna give it.
Who have you been talking about to get this clue?
I'm gonna just tell this one without even asking Miguel. I'm gonna tell this. A lot of you have came up with a lot of different ideas. Here's what I'm going to tell you. There is a combination of things that have been thrown out there that actually is almost correct, but I'm talking about a combination. We've seen a ton of stuff thrown out, right? There is a combination of things that have been thrown out that's almost correct. Even with I'm telling you this, even with everything that everybody's thrown out, you're not correct. Like including mix it all together, pick pieces, parts, you're still not there. But I will tell you that there is a combination that is close. So I actually am going to encourage, even though we've got some other deception going on, other things happening, the teamwork might not be a terrible, way to go after this, because so far no single person has got it. That's for damn sure.
Dude, after you said this, I think Crypto Billy's right. I think you are the mole. Maybe you are the mole, and you're out here leaking information, causing even more disruption, pushing people the wrong direction to think that they've almost got it when they don't even got it. Hey guys, everybody question everything, trust nothing. Always remember that.
That's right. Crypto fam, we love you guys. It's Saturday night. You're here with Keeper and Crusader. Let's have a great night. Let's enjoy the rest of this weekend. Be safe. Do something kind for somebody. Crypto fam, we love you guys. Just remember, question everything.
Trust nothing, especially what niggas saying.
And until next time, hodl.
Like it's hot.
We'll see you soon.